Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 19.
19.
19. We're up to
Cool.
19, Jimmy.
I didn't think we would make it this far. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've said that before. Usually people don't hang around me that long. You know, I just noticed when we turn on the cameras, I kind of look like a pumpkin today.
Kind
For
of
some
like
reason. Get this bright orange shirt on.
Yeah.
Got this green. It's like kind of green, olive green hat on. Looks like my stem sticking out the top.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
We don't want to know about your stem sticking
Yes.
out. All right, let's not go there.
Let's
dog.
keep it clean. Jimmy, I'm nervous.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Well, I didn't do anything.
All right, then what's got you nervous?
Well, I watched today. I think I'm in fear that we're going to lose our number one spot as the top reselling podcast out there on the interwebs.
Where are you getting those numbers? Where are you getting that ranking?
Well, you know, the dog talking right here.
Oh, this is the dog talking right.
The delusions of
grandeur. Back up that position in ranking, or is it just like
just the ones that I made up here on this pad right here,
list, but your own personal list.
I think. Well, I'll tell you what. Okay, we're kind of like The Rock. You know, we don't have we're like the people's podcast. We're the people's champion. You know, the people's podcast. You know, what the dog is cooking.
There you go. Right, that was terrible.
Because I watched today. Today was a premiere of the Let's Do Lunch podcast,
which I thought lunch was going to be provided. And when I showed up, I was like, "Where's the sandwiches?"
Nary a sandwich in sight.
Not a single sandwich. Not even a slice of pickle. Nothing.
A bag of chips. I would have went with a bag of chips.
So we do have a bone to pick with them on that. Lunch was, as I thought, was provided, and it was not.
You know, I need to ask them to not be so convenient to themselves. Oh, we're talking about the Let's Do Lunch podcast there with Angie Resells.
Who's in that podcast?
Angie Resells, Kristen, a rural squirrel, and Rachel Strickland. Yeah. And speaking of, oh, wait a minute. I did get a bag of chips. I should have here.
Yeah, you did get it. I didn't get a bag of chips. Look
you at this right here. There was a podcast, the Nashville Flippers top 5 draft pick, and they did the show that night about chips. And who won that? Did you win that? You should have won because
I never got the results. I think I got 4. I was disqualified several times by Paul. So since he's
illegal chip count.
Yeah, he was like the referee and he disqualified me 4 to 5 times. So I don't think I had a chance anyways to win.
But I voted for you because your lineup. So anyway, they had some giveaways and Kristen had got a sponsor from the Denver Chip Company.
Sweet and spicy. Check
sweet and spicy. These things they're already open. They're halfway gone. But Kristen got that sponsor for that podcast and I won one of the drawings. So lunch was provided for me. We should get a sponsor. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we get the Denver Chip Company or what's appropriate for our show. If we got it to keep our number one status.
I don't know.
Maybe like No Dose or
what's
Monster. No Dose is like, you know, one of those like caffeine pills or something that keeps you awake. So people stay awake during the show.
So people don't fall asleep. So Monster since I'm on a diet, I would have to do Celsius energy drinks.
There you go.
I like to call them Celsius.
Maybe we can get the Celsius Corporation,
right,
to sponsor the show. We should look into that. We need to get a big name like Kraft Macaroni and Cheese, because
as you were saying, you're worried about our top spot. Oh. The reality of it is, we are secured at the bottom. We're safe there.
We're
podcast has already lapped us in every possible way, whether it's sub count, quality, you know, content, everything about it. They have more. They have 3 hosts instead of 2. Like they have lapped us in every possible way. So we are actually secure right there in the cellar.
Well, if you look at all my monikers, we've got like actually 6 hosts on this show, depending on who shows up. There's I see Adam Baldypow's now doing his live as a podcast. Cat Nurse Flipper. There's lots of great podcasts. Nashville Flippers podcast. Well, okay. Trash to Cash guys, they're on their way out anyway. So, all those shows have thousands of more subscribers than us. And, they're funnier and they're better than us. But, Trash to Cash, when you got Dave as your anchor and, Kevin, we got Commonwealth Hudson.
We got Commonwealth
on the show and back here.
So actually, we got some talent back there. Yeah.
Which, by the way, next week, I think it's next week, the new Quantum Leap show starts, and that has Ernie Hudson. That's how that whole nonsense got started right there.
How many commercials did you see for that during the football game last night? I saw at least 45 commercials for that show.
Yes. One time, the whole block of commercials was all just different trailers for Quantum Leap. It looks pretty good, though. I'm excited because I've seen all the old ones, and I'm just hoping.
I saw a commercial where he was Joe Montana. Did you see that one?
I did not.
Maybe I saw that on TikTok, but there was one where he comes away. He comes into the next body, and he's Joe Montana getting ready to play in a football game. Now that would be awesome right there.
Oh, sweet.
The one where he got his bell rung. That wouldn't be so against the Giants. I believe they rung his bell pretty good, and he was carried off the field and all that fun stuff. So that
show up at that game as Joe Theismann when when he got that minor leg sprain, that happened that they showed over and over and over. I think after that game, didn't they quit doing all those replays? Close up, they'd go to the commercial break.
Let's take a commercial break, and it's a commercial for milk because apparently.
Milk does. Yeah. Sorry, Joe. Got milk? That's what. Hey, maybe we could get milk to sponsor.
Hey, that's a good idea. I don't drink a lot of milk though.
Hey, speaking of football, in the football game last night, fantasy football league that we're in with some other resellers started last night.
Yeah,
it's I'm super excited. I wish all my opponents the worst of luck this season. And it should be fun. I can't wait to get into the season here. And
I thought I got a lot of texts from Ken about should I take an offer or not. Now that he's in the same fantasy football league as me, I get texts every day, all day about who should I start, who should I sit, who should I drop, who should I pick up.
Can I add you as a second manager to my team? I've seen that button on there. But
no,
well, you already steered me wrong on a trade. I trade out a player. You say you trade it, you pick him up later. You can pick him up later. Nobody's going to want that guy. But
don't worry.
5 minutes after I traded him, or put him on waivers, somebody else picked him up. So
he's a terrible player. He's terrible.
I
didn't even think about yeah, I don't know. You have to protect yourself with Lamar Jackson as your quarterback. And he's not only because of injuries, but he's in a contract dispute right now. So I don't know if he wouldn't play, but he's not exactly happy right now. Anyways, football is definitely we just lost 7 subs and we're trying to gain subs.
Or we picked up 7 subs.
No, we lost 7 subs talking about football.
Okay.
Well, maybe
okay.
Not. We'll
change the subject,
folks. If you guys have any ideas in the comments below on a way for us to get more subs, let us know.
I know. How about this? How about if you're listening and you're not subbed to the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
How about hit that sub button? Hit that like, maybe comment. That would be great. What I will say, though, Jimmy, is the audio side that is just, out there on Spotify and all of that stuff, that actually does quite well for us. So we don't often take that into account when
I don't see those numbers, and apparently you don't share them with me.
Is there a way
I can see those numbers? I mean, you can easily see the YouTube numbers. It's there for the whole world to see.
Yeah. So
Is
I
there a
keep
way
these
that I
ones.
can see the podcast numbers?
I would imagine that there is. I will look into that for sure. But we just had the last podcast been out for a week. We still had like 6 downloads yesterday.
Wow.
So it's
We're sort of a big deal.
it is on that
Maybe
side of it. I am pleased with the numbers, and
I have my focus on the wrong platforms.
you do.
That works.
Maybe
But I
you
just
could,
want people to see my awesome thumbnails. I just want people
yeah.
to see the thumbnails that I'm putting a lot of work into. Again, it's the only reason I do the podcast is so I get to make the clickbait thumbnails.
You could
So I really
do
just want people to see those thumbnails. You don't have to watch the videos. Just go look at
maybe you could start doing audio thumbnails,
audio thumbnails.
like theater for the mind. You just like, okay, picture this in your mind.
Right. And then people like get hypnotized, and then I can tell them that I see what you're doing there. I'll hypnotize them with some audio thumbnail, tell them to go and subscribe. Gotcha.
And then they'll subscribe and they'll comment. And speaking of comments, we got, I'll do a comment of the week. We did ask last week on the show. One of the things that people put in their listings is NIB, new, which is supposed to stand for new inbox.
Right.
And I forget how that conversation went, but so we're going to go. A comment of the week came from Nick, Resell to Rome.
Resell to Rome.
Yeah, Nick and his lovely wife, April. I believe we met them at the Trash to Cash Barbecue Bash down in Crossville, Tennessee. And his comment was NIB stands for Never Instigate a Bar Fight. So,
have you ever instigated a bar fight, Ken?
I have never been in a bar fight. I've never instigated one either. So
me either. So we're good.
I can't remember the last time I was in. I think I was on a playground the last time I was in a fist fight.
Yeah, same here.
Which was kind of crazy because I was 36. I'm not sure why I was on the playground fighting with elementary kids, but
that's
but been following Nick. I've been following Nick Resell to Rome on his Instagram. I believe he had went over to the FlipCon, and en route out there on his drive, he was listening. He was going someplace.
He was just going on vacation.
Oh.
So I believe Myrtle Beach.
I thought that trip was. See, apparently I didn't pay enough attention. The only part that I listened to is when I would hear him say "Reseller Clickbait Podcast." I would perk up, and I would go, "Wait, is he going to talk about me?"
And then talked about how he had to change it because he was falling asleep driving, and that's why we need a sponsor, folks. We need an energy drink sponsor so people like Nick aren't falling asleep while driving while listening to this podcast.
That's right. Or they should enact some sort of law, like a seatbelt law or a no texting law. They could put a no RCBP while driving.
Oh, great. Here we go again.
The acronyms and
what is RC?
I don't even know what that means.
Is that like RC Cola? What is RC? What did you say? RCBP?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to stand for?
Reseller Clickbait Podcast.
Oh.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Wow. And
who down with CBP? Yeah, you know me. Who down with CBP?
Wait. Wow. How did I not?
Wait. Maybe that's what we need as a theme song.
Yeah, and you should
do the show.
Rap. You should rap. Exactly.
Who down with CBP? I can't even get the letters right now. We appreciate all the comments. Go ahead.
You got to go deep into that whole dog persona that you have.
Yeah.
The delusions of grandeur persona. You got to go deep into it. And you got to come up with a rap for our theme song.
I'm going to do it.
And I
might do that. Who down with CBP?
Fleet Frank needs to be in the lyrics. Fleet Frank.
Fleet Frank and Commonwealth Hudson
need to be in because they are now the official, unofficial mascot / Fleet Frank's the mascot and celebrity guest host. So we have a celebrity guest host and we have a mascot. They need
should
to
just
be in the wrap.
I should just prop him up here one day, and that's all you see the whole time while my portion of the show is on.
You should know.
Okay, I'm gonna make up a rap. I don't know if I'll have it done by next week, but
He's
the
gonna rap.
D.O.G.
It's gonna be, and I gotta find some beats. Wait, hold on.
And then maybe you could be my beatbox, Jimmy. You could beatbox.
Oh snap!
Here we go.
Yeah, we got some music.
Here we go. Here we go. Now I'm not a freestyler though.
All right, we'll stop that.
Wouldn't you just like?
Wouldn't that have been great if Ken would have just started?
If I'd have just
like just dropping them, and everybody's just like, I never would have guessed that he's capable of that.
Oh man, I missed my calling right there. Had I known, if we actually rehearse this show, we just make this crap up as we go. I'd have had a rap ready to go.
That would have been epic, though, if you would have just started dropping rhymes. I was hoping there was about 2.5% chance that could have happened.
Did a little bit of reseller rap. I am actually working on a parody song about reselling.
Okay, Weird Al, easy.
I may actually get some of the community involved.
Oh boy, here we go.
Help me with the chorus line.
Dog.
Again, the delusions of grandeur. But and I'll put that stuff on TikTok. I'll be a big TikTok star like you, Jimmy.
Hey, speaking of TikTok, I have a video that's doing pretty good. And so when we started this video, we actually wrote down a number. Let me write it down.
Okay.
When we started the podcast, when we started recording it, that video was at 77,400 views. And I wanted to write that down so I could show Ken after the show was over how that video is doing so well. It's getting hundreds of views every hour. And so at the end of the podcast, we'll double check that number to see what it's at. It was at 77,400, 77.4. Before we leave the show, we're going to check to see where it's at so I can give you an idea of basically in 45 minutes how many views it got.
What a big star that you're getting to be. Well, I guess, 7.4 of those is just Jimmy clicking on it over and over again. Just keep going back and checking to see.
It's an amazing video.
It is. That was cool. You had some really good finds.
It's part of my new approach.
Okay.
Because
what's the new approach?
So my new approach on TikTok, I'm going to start off by saying this because I backed off of TikTok because there's a lot of nasty comments on there. Like just people just being mean. And does it bother me a lot? Yeah. No, but I don't want to deal with that. Like, I just don't want.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on being positive and stuff. And there was a lot of negative stuff coming out every time I posted a video. Like people, and those videos were, I found this at a yard sale or I found this at a thrift store and this is how much it's worth and this is how much I'm going to make selling it on eBay. And people are just nasty about it. So, and it's not just people that don't like resellers, it's other resellers saying I'm giving out too much information, whatever. I don't agree with that. I'm not on that side of this. That's a whole nother story. I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't have to. Like with TikTok, I was like, I don't have to. There's no reason to keep putting out these videos. My new approach is, it's just going to be a yard sale channel where this is what I found. It's something cool that I found. Yeah. You don't need to know if I'm going to sell or not. I just found something cool at a yard sale. So my new approach is to just show you what I'm finding at yard sales. I think there's enough people that would be interested in just that. And I'm going to tell you, so in this video I found, so it was a craft kit that was completed.
Wait, was it Kraft macaroni and cheese?
It was, and so it was Kraft mac and cheese and it was already completed. So it was made right there. You just walk up, grab the pot, just a spoon in there.
It's the cheesiest.
Now, I don't know how fresh it was. So no, but it was a craft kit that. So I found out they were kits. I thought someone made these from hand. So it's a Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride they were figures that were like styrofoam craft material and like
Yeah.
styrofoam ball, and they made them in. Well, I found out these were kits that you could buy to make these. So
Okay.
that's what it was. I walk up and they're $1 each, and they're awesome. And then they stand about 12 inch each. Each one's about 12 inches tall. So it was really. And Sonya was like, "I want those for my desk at work." So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make this video a not reselling video. It's just gonna be, hey,
Yeah.
look what I found, and I had her holding them, like this is what I'm gonna put on my desk at work. It's getting a ton of views. It's my best TikTok video ever. It's more than double my previous best.
Nice.
Here's the thing that I like the most.
Yes.
Every single comment has been literally the nicest comment you can imagine. Like everybody's, I love that. Oh, what a great find. Those are so cool. Oh, I wish I would find that at a yard sale.
Interesting.
If I would have walked up and saw that, I would have screamed in enjoyment. Like it's been, I'm actually enjoying TikTok because I did
Nice.
a simple change of idea and format. And so from now on, TikTok for me will just be that, like, hey, look what I found at a yard sale. And I've always kind of had that attitude, like my eBay store is very successful. I'm not even trying to brag. It just is. I do really well on there, and the
Mhm.
stuff I'm finding at yard sales is selling for me on eBay.
Yes.
It's I'm not out here to teach everything. I'm not. That's not the approach I'm taking anymore. My approach is, if you can find this stuff too at a reasonable price,
Mhm.
it will
Yeah.
sell for you on eBay. I want to say it's like your job to find it at the right price. And if you can find it at the right price, and it'll sell for you on eBay. I'm not going to show you all the comps. I'm not going to show you how much I'm making every month or how much profit I'm making on each item.
Yeah.
Like, all I can do is say, if you want to find stuff that sells on eBay, if you watch my videos, you'll see stuff that does sell on eBay. That's the stuff I'm buying. And if I got it for the right price, then I'm making pretty good profit. Anyway,
That'll
so
be interesting to see that change,
yeah.
and if grows the viewership, the subs, that'll be interesting. And my new TikTok strategy is
I already
to not be so mean to you in the comments.
know.
That's
I thought you said
yeah.
your new TikTok strategy is to put out absolutely no videos whatsoever.
No, that's
Matter of
that's
fact,
my
my new TikTok strategy is to delete my TikTok.
that's my current strategy,
That's your
and I
current
got to be
strategy.
honest with you, it's not working out well.
It's not. That
Uh,
surprises me.
you know what is interesting though is I constantly get these notifications from TikTok. Hey, your community's growing. You've got a new subscriber. I'm like, how? I haven't made a video for like
2
6
years now.
months. And then I don't, but hey, I appreciate it. But I am gonna start I say this every week. I'm gonna make a video.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make
I've given up. Like,
so
at
don't
this
hold your
point, you
breath
need
on
to
that,
add
folks.
fibber to your moniker.
Yeah.
TikTok fibber.
Lies. It's all lies.
It's just TikTok fibber. That you should make an account, the TikTok fibber.
Yeah. And
That's what
just
you are.
post nothing to it and
Nothing.
just
Not a dang thing.
I've got that. That is
I'm gonna put you on the spot. Why?
why
What?
don't
What
I?
am I gonna have to do to get you to create content? What am I gonna have to do?
Do you have a
Oh,
checkbook? I take Venmo.
I do. So I gotta pay you to create content.
To create
I don't want to see your
shitty
content.
content. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say it.
That's
To
all right.
create poor content. You know what? Again, the last thing anybody wants to do is get into my head. And I have all of these great ideas. I think you were actually talking about this. I heard you talking about this on Sunny Las Vegas show. You have these ideas. Now I have the creativity and the means to do what I want to do. It's just doing it. And I've
For me,
had this idea.
it's not
What's that?
doing it. It's just I can't. For me, it's not. I create the content. It's just not very creative. So why aren't you, if you say you have that artist mentality to where you can think of it and then you can put it to video, why aren't you doing it? Do you not enjoy it?
I do enjoy it, and I enjoy when people like it, when I whether I gain subs or not, that really doesn't bother me. I just like when people enjoy the content. So like, say the last two videos that I made were silly ones. I did the one where I had made the little wrestling doll for Adam Baldy Pow.
Mm-hmm.
And then the previous one to that was when I got your hat in the mail. Which, speaking of that, I should be receiving another hat from you
I still
soon.
gotta ship that. Sorry, it's
What?
still sitting right here. Hey man,
Have you signed it yet?
So I gotta get a Sharpie. I gotta get a silver Sharpie because I'm just gonna sign it huge, just like
Perfect.
make like a big old autograph. Where do you want the autograph? On the bill? Do you want it up here? Do you want it like across the logo? Like, how do you?
I want you to be genuine. Across the bill, huge is good. Across the top, the crown part, that would be
a difficult signature to do. But
yeah. So
I can
just
put it on a
just
mannequin
big
and do
across
it,
the
though.
bill.
All right.
And I actually I bid and I won that hat with Jimmy's signature and I keep hearing something about glamour shots. You're sending glamour shots along with
I
this
gotta
too.
work on that. I gotta have Sonya, but I literally haven't.
Well, I'm still holding my breath for my coloring book page that I was supposed to get from like
coloring book
episode 1.
All right,
I think
I bought a coloring book, and my son has crayons. He's 18, so that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I think I got a Mandalorian coloring book that I just picked up not too long ago. So I will now. Can the glamour shots just be digital? Like, can I just email it to you? You don't need like a.
Oh yeah.
All right.
No, I can print those off myself.
All right, good. Then
put those on.
Something
suitable for framing, or that would look good on a T-shirt.
I literally haven't printed out a photograph in 18 years. I don't even know.
Just about the time your son got the crayons.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, I found a coloring book, a Mandalorian one, and I'm gonna color a page for you. Yep, it's gonna happen. And it just so happens today when me and my wife went to go pick up dinner. I rode with her and I was like, whose crayons are these in the car? Oh, those are your sons. I'm like, he's 18. What is he? I don't know. So yeah, now, and it's like one of the big 64 color crayons.
Ooh.
I have all types.
That's probably got raw umber and periwinkle, and it's got all the colors. Yeah, I can't wait. Because I think that conversation was you're a guy that you color, you trace the outline and you shade with. Oh man,
beautiful! It's beautiful.
My refrigerator is. I can't wait. Actually, I'm probably gonna hang it up like right over here, someplace where it'll be visible.
Yeah, I'll throw that in the regular mail. Now I got a question.
Yes.
Wasn't your shirt orange when we started?
It still is
bright red now. Is that just me?
Well, probably because I'm internally glowing, thinking about the picture and more the glamour shots.
He's thinking about the autograph. I got all the glamour shots. Yep, I got you. I actually.
Yes.
During that show, I got a message because another person's glamour shots were requested. A previous official on this here podcast, Dan the Answer Man. I think I might be able to get him on board for a glamour shot too. I believe his words were, "A glamour shot? I'm down." So I got to talk to him. I'll see him on Monday during the football game. I'm going to talk to him about a glamour shot. Dan, if you're listening, and I know Dan listens, we're going to put together a glamour shot. What do they call that when you go in to get? We're going to schedule an appointment with the glamour shot, and we're going to get them done. Now, I don't even know if that exists anymore. We might have to.
They still have like Olin Mills. Remember, everybody used to get their graduation. Do they have Olin Mills around your area?
Yeah, we've got to find a couple numbers that we can lay across, like a year.
Yeah.
Like find a 2022 we're just going to lay across.
or back in the day, they used to have like the fence post. You know, they had like the country background, and you.
We live in the middle of a city, but we got a country background.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Inner city school and get your high school picture.
All right,
Yeah, I don't know what that was the other day with Jill sending you my senior picture.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. It came up someplace.
That's funny.
That was in a personal text. I don't even know why I brought that up.
That was your senior picture?
That was my senior picture, yes.
You look
I had to
senior in that picture.
I had to have the shirt and sweater and tie on because I was not a big school spirit guy. And I went to school, I enjoyed school, I did really well in school. But I didn't get into all of the rah and the whole pomp and circumcision of it all.
I got a question for you, because on that picture, similar to you how you are now,
yes,
you're always looking up at your monitor up there. Mm-hmm. So my question is, was there a monitor above you in the picture? Because you're kind of looking up in the picture. They say, look at the monitor. Oh, I'm gonna show it right here. Kind of looking up. Like, why are you looking up a little bit? Like, is there a monitor up above? look at the eye. I mean, if you look at the eye,
there's little Kenny
up
with hair. Look, I look a lot different.
So I was just wondering, like, is that a thing that you do? Do you always, when it's picture time, you just look up?
Well, I don't know why I'm looking. I'm trying to look up in the camera because most of the time I'm staring down at the screen at you, that I can see. And it's like, oh wait, I should probably be looking into the camera.
I don't ever
and addressing the folks out there that are watching.
Weird. Stop staring at the camera, Ken. You're making it weird. Don't. You can blink.
But yeah, so my senior pictures, my mother wanted me to have senior pictures so that she could hand them out, and wanted me to get a yearbook so that she could, I'm not even sure that I had anybody sign my yearbook. I think I just brought it home. It's like, here you go, Mom. Here's the yearbook. But so I made a deal with her that I would get one senior picture taken with my, my shirt, tie, and my sweater on. But I also got to get a set done. I was in the graphic printing at vocational school, and I used to wear this my press coat that was just covered in ink from working and stuff. So I wanted it with my press jacket and my Hank Williams Jr. t-shirt. Back in the day, I used to be really into Hank Jr.
You still got that t-shirt with all your other t-shirts?
I do actually.
I knew you did.
I have. I'm gonna have to have show and tell. One of these shows, we're gonna have Ken's vintage concert shirt show and tell.
You know what? And that's we were talking about growing this podcast. If we showed the shirt that you have in your top drawer, all the vintage rock t-shirts you have in your top drawer, clickbait, people will come to watch that, and then we can get more people to tune into the podcast.
Yes.
He has a drawer full of vintage rock t-shirt grails, folks.
Well, it's not completely full, but I got quite a few. Every concert that I went to, I still have the shirt from. Some of them, depending on how much I like the band, is how much I wore the shirt. But
that doesn't matter. Some people want the wear.
And basically that was during the 80s hair metal glam bands, the glam bands, but then getting into, the Anthrax, Metallica, that sort of stuff as well.
Wow. What do you think?
Yeah.
We got to do that. We got to do that show and tell show. That'll get people over here watching and listening. Although the show and tell won't translate, so maybe that would be a live that we could talk about doing.
Ooh.
We've flirted with the idea of doing a live.
We promised a live one time, and then we failed miserably.
Ken, with all his technical difficulties, he wasn't prepared. He didn't have all the right equipment. Oh, wait, that was me.
I was going to say, just because we were out in the middle of no place, there's not even like a telephone pole within.
Listen, we've agreed. If it's a good idea, I thought of it. If it's a bad idea, you thought of it. Or if something goes wrong, it was your idea. So it was your idea. Even though
I'll have to review my
I'm
contract and see if I remember that clause in there. Oh, speaking of clause, we should do Santa Beard Santa Beard update. Now I brushed it all down before. Whoop, I bumped my mic there before the show, and I've been talking about that. You know, Labor Day is done, and so we're officially into winter now.
Already?
Because well,
what are you talking about? It was 90 degrees yesterday. It was 98 degrees.
Was not 90.
It was 98 degrees here yesterday.
Did you say you went to see 98 degrees yesterday?
That too. And
was that you doing
back? All right. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, I've said, I'm not sure if I've said it on here before, but I don't like to be cold. And anytime the temperature is below 65 degrees in a 24-hour period, that's winter as far as I'm concerned. So it's been get down into the mid to low 60s at night. And that's just too cold for me.
Santa Beard critique?
Yeah.
I don't think you should dye your eyebrows.
It's creepy, isn't it?
It's a little bit creepy.
Is
that why you do it?
What's more? Well, that's not why I do it. I do it to try to look authentic.
I think it would look better without them.
Well, I don't know, because if you have all white down here and then your eyebrow, because my eyebrows are like the darkest part of my hair right there. I just don't think it would.
Now it does take away, like you would never know
right.
It's Ken with them dyed. If you're trying to fool like kids, you would never know it's Ken. Now they may have nightmares about Santa after.
My mother is scared every time I go over with my white eyebrows. It is shocking. We're gonna do something with that. You know what? I got an idea. I'll talk to you about it later.
Maybe
but that's
gray instead of pure white. Like just
that's not gonna be till
touch of gray. Just
like the week after Thanksgiving is like that next weekend is usually when I actually whiten the beard.
How long does it take for them to grow back out to dark?
I shave it all off. I shave it right down in my face. So
no, your eyebrows.
Oh, my eyebrows. Those
shave your eyebrows. You just gonna look at my face. I was like, look, I gotta see the podcast is gonna be really good then. We're
gonna do it live. I'm gonna shave my eyebrows live on the show.
You should
no, it takes a couple months. We're usually getting into February before they look normal. Especially now, you want to talk about goofy looking. When I shave off the whole beard, and then my eyebrows are still white, and my hair, the rest of my hair is still white.
I bet that
it's gonna be.
I don't know. I think
that's where our viewers are gonna come from, right there.
The mix of gray you have in your mustache right now is how your eyebrows should look. They shouldn't be pure white. In my opinion, but
I will take that under advisement.
And you won't listen to me at all, but that's fine.
Well, you never know. I'll talk about it with my stylist, my Santa stylist.
Who's your Santa? Is Ernie Hudson your Santa stylist?
Commonwealth Hudson. Commonwealth Hudson actually whitens my beard every year, and actually my sister who is a licensed beautician, but now, she's a licensed beautician who's a lunch lady. So go figure.
Interesting.
Yes.
A lunch lady out of elementary school?
Yes.
That kind of lunch lady?
Yes. Yep.
So does she cut hair at school too, or what? What's going on then?
No, she used to cut hair. She had went to school for that, and she was a beautician for a long time, and then an opportunity came up in the school system to be, she started subbing
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, then cut hair.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it's best to do it in that order, because if you cut hair first and then make the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, they're not gonna be they're a little furry at that point.
Yeah, I got you. Poor
And
kid.
Mrs. Gibson, I think there's a cat in my sandwich.
Mrs.
Kids are
Mrs.
coughing up hairballs
Gibson.
after gym class.
Yeah, that's awful.
Um,
Oh, that's funny. Hey, I want to talk something about my YouTube channel. Something that I've been. It's a little.
okay.
I don't want to I don't want to be too harsh about it. It's like
Okay.
a little gripe that I have.
Try to say
It's
it in a
not.
positive way.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much, but it's just like it's like reseller nature to be kind of like yeah, but so I
Yeah.
get a lot of I've been getting more comments recently, and I've been getting my videos have been doing a little bit better. They're getting up to around 3,000 views per video,
Nice.
and it seems like in every video, and I want to start off by saying, if you truly see like a what we call a bolo, be on the lookout for like a true
Mhm.
bolo, which to me means something that not everybody knows about, not everybody knows it has value, and you missed it. I appreciate that information. I love that information. Thank you so much for pointing it, and I will comment that. I didn't know that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
But I get a lot of comments of stuff that I've missed,
Hmm.
stuff that I've quote unquote missed. Um, like a box of generic Halloween costumes that are $1 each. You should have bought the whole box. Well, I don't want a generic. Like I just don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with leaving it for the next. But the thing about it is, I didn't miss it. I saw it. I know there's a little bit of resale value there, but I don't want it, and I don't feel like you need to tell me like make it out that I missed something.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't bother me that much, and that's fine. If people want to continue to comment that, but I didn't miss it though. Like I
Yeah.
just didn't want it because I really don't want to mess with that. It's not somehow, and it happens quite a bit. It's
Yeah.
almost like I don't want to complain about it, but it's like I didn't miss it though, and like I I don't need to be told I missed some generic Christmas village houses that are worth a little bit of money. I saw
Yeah.
them. I know they're there. I just don't want to buy them.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, am I being overcritical, or and
No, I don't think you're over critical at all. Yeah, I can see where that would be, not it is those times when people do mention something that you didn't maybe you did miss or maybe an item that you didn't know. Not everybody sells everything.
yeah,
That's, either not your area or you can't, if you picked up everything at every yard sale that was worth money, you'd be out of money
like if someone
or
said to
sold
me,
a car.
"You missed that made in the USA JanSport backpack." Well, not everybody knows to look for made
Yeah.
in the USA JanSport backpacks. That's something. Thank you for that information. But when I walk past a
That
table
went
of,
down.
you know, I can't even think of it, like, something that we all know can sell, but do you really want to?
Yeah.
You just wrote that down.
Made in USA.
Yeah,
No,
made in the USA JanSport sells very well. You're talking $30 to $50 per backpack,
yeah.
and I buy them for cheap all the time. And if they have the like the leather bottom, they're worth even more. So, and I'm gonna call out Troy Mountain Man Treasures, who I know doesn't. I watched one of his videos, but I still because I don't want to be that guy that I
Yeah.
saw him walk right, and I saw the Made in the USA right below all of them. There were like 3 backpacks hanging up. They're like, Troy, you missed the Made in the USA JanSports that do
Uh-huh.
really, and not only do they sell for a decent amount, they sell very fast. So, anyway,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to think of something like, you know what I'm saying though. Like, yeah, I know they can sell. Do they have the best sell through rate? No. Is this something that I really want to mess with? Like for instance, someone said something
And
about Limax Christmas Village houses. I happened to be
yeah.
traveling across country. I didn't have a lot of room in my car. I have Limax on my shelf right now that's not moving. It'll probably sell during Christmas, but it's been sitting there forever. it's not. They don't sell great. I know all about them. I don't need to be told I missed them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Yeah.
if you want to continue to comment, that's fine. It's fine. I mean, it doesn't bother me
Yeah,
that much. It's just like
it's
it's
nice to
reseller.
have the
Reseller.
it's reseller pet peeve, I guess. That's chalking up to something that you see in your videos and your comments. But it's nice to have people commenting. At least you know that they're watching
Yeah.
closely, and
I'm stop. I'm not complaining at all.
That's not your niche or your area. You know, if you walk by a 1980s, transformer that you missed, yeah, hey, comment on that. Of course, now that's just going to make you feel bad because you missed out on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I understand the direction that you're
It's
going
like
with
the
that.
initial thought is like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's like I was like, no,
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't miss it. I saw it. I knew it was there. But in the end, I'm just like you said. I'm glad. I thank everybody so much for watching, and it doesn't bother me that much. But like an initial thought hits my head like that.
yeah,
And so I'll just make the comment like it's not. Those aren't for me. Like it's just not for me. It's not something. I have a lot of stuff to list. I have a lot of stuff that I find all the time. That kind of stuff's just not for me. Now maybe
yeah.
it's for Ken, who I think he said he has a bunch of Lemax stuff
All
lined up
all,
behind him.
all
So
of
how
this
did you
behind
miss
me.
that
If
stuff? Because you were at that yard sale too. You
yeah,
were at that yard sale when we saw the Lemax, and you didn't buy it. What's up,
I
dude?
didn't. I did not. This stuff I bought, again, we had kind of touched on that last week about whether we felt that Halloween or Christmas sells better.
I'll take Halloween.
Uh, and my take on it was that I think that
Whoa.
Christmas
Wow.
sells better. But Halloween sells a lot faster.
I think that there's more Christmas available, and so maybe
Yeah,
more does sell. But man, I think Halloween sells better because
yeah,
when you list it, there's not as much available. Does that make sense? Like
yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
with Christmas you have to wait your turn. With Christmas decorations and Christmas stuff, you're
yeah,
kind of waiting your turn. If you can find vintage or even early 2000 Halloween type, like Jack Skellington or even
yeah.
stuff, I feel like it just sells faster because there's not as much of it listed. You're not really having to wait your turn. It'll sell pretty fast.
Yeah,
But that's
I
just
agree.
my
That's
experience.
most all of the Halloween stuff that I've been listing lately has just been I list it in a day or two, it's gone, and I've
Right.
just been started to list this Lemax stuff, and I actually took off. That was I sent Jimmy my hourly text today about offers.
and then he,
Uh,
and then
Told him I
fancy.
need a kick in the tail to just take these offers and quit goofing around with
Come on.
trying to make a couple extra bucks. And but
Now,
I actually turned off offers as I'm listing more of these things because the low balls were just
whoa.
ridiculous, and I got tired of.
Now, do you call? I have a question, and I'm going to go way
Yeah,
off. We're talking about the Lemax. Is it Lemax or Lema?
lim
Lema.
lima
Lemax.
Limax or Lamax?
Let us
Limax
know in the comments
Lima.
because I just
Yeah, I
Lemax is
usually
what
say
I
Limax. But
Lemax.
man, I found really good resource. Just the Limax site itself is just great for looking this stuff up. If most all of this stuff is in the package and it has that item number and
Yeah.
you can look it up, you can see when it was retired. It has dimensions. It has the when it was put out, when it was retired or discontinued. My listing was just boom, boom, boom going
Now, if I come
real
across
quick.
Department 56 or
Yes.
UNESCO, then I'm not walking past it. Matter of fact, I have a video. I'll link it down below. When I found
Yes.
that UNESCO, It's a Wonderful Life stuff that I
That was sweet.
made a ton of money on, and I will not walk past that kind of stuff. Or if it has the right theme, like I sold a really good Amityville horror Halloween house one time that sold for like $130. So if it has the right theme or if it's the right brand, then I'm not walking past it for sure.
Yes. Oh, hey, I actually finally sold Chucky. I know, like the last 4 shows in a row.
He's shipped.
Well, no, it's not
So
shipped.
you're not done. Man, don't
But listen,
be coming with.
it's Chucky is paid for though. This wasn't like through an offer thing where I accepted an offer or they accepted an offer and never paid and I had to relist it. This one was and using Jimmy's advice of take off the offers, just put it on there. And it took 3 or 4 more days or whatever.
Not all my advice works.
But that one did.
Scream mask next week, but not all my advice is right. But hey.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Scream mask. That it turned out it wasn't the big hitter, but still a good one.
It's still a big hitter. It's not a home run.
Yes, exactly. It's a ground rule double at least.
No, it's a triple because it's worth over 300. So yeah,
that's true. Oh,
yeah, I would take not a grand slam. It's a triple.
So anyway, in summary, do we ever do a summary? Maybe at the end of the show we should do an summarize. I currently, until people listen to this episode, we're still the #1 reseller podcast out there on the interwebs, the YouTube, to Spotify. We've got some ladies nipping at our heels right here. Check them out on Fridays. Let's Do Lunch podcast. And and a lot of other great ones out there. Let's see, what else did we cover? We covered. We'll be before we sign off. We're going to get your TikTok viewer count.
Yeah, let's do that right now. Because we're going to sign off soon. So what do we say? You said it was that was because of 7.
Jimmy's going to color me a picture, and I'm going to make up a rap song. It's the D.O.G.
77.7 now. So while we did the show, 300 views.
300 views. That's
how fast that video is going up.
You know what? We have to remember. We'll have to see when we record next week where it's at.
Oh yeah. Let's do.
And here's what I predict. I predict by next week you have another video that has topped this one on TikTok.
Wow, that's
so. I'll probably be in it, so that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help.
And so.
And I will say, by this time next week,
yes,
your top TikTok video will still be your top TikTok video. You will have not released TikTok video.
Will have not put out another one. Okay, fantasy football players, enjoy the weekend, the first weekend.
Yes.
And Quantum Leap coming up soon, September 19th. I looked that up, so we'll be on again before that comes on. And we'll catch you next time on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.